Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm genuinely excited about today's topic because we're diving deep into something that's probably sitting in your kitchen right now, tomatoes. And I'm not just talking about their incredible taste or versatility in cooking. I'm talking about the science-backed, mind-blowing health benefits that most people have no idea about. When I started researching this topic, I was honestly shocked by what I found. We're talking about studies from Harvard, research from major universities across Europe, and clinical trials that span decades. By the time you finish watching this video, you're going to look at that humble tomato in a completely different way. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let's explore why this red powerhouse might just be one of the most underrated superfoods on the planet. Let's start with something that affects millions of us: heart health. This is where tomatoes absolutely shine, and the research will blow your mind. There's this incredible compound in tomatoes called lycopene. It's what gives them that beautiful red color. But here's what's fascinating. Finnish researchers followed over 1,000 men for 12 years, and they discovered something remarkable. The men with the highest levels of lycopene in their blood had a 59% lower risk of stroke. That's not a typo, 59%. But it gets even better. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry showed that people who consumed tomato products regularly had significantly lower levels of LDL cholesterol. That's the bad cholesterol we all worry about. We're talking about a 13% reduction on average. Now, here's something most people don't know. Tomatoes are packed with potassium, about 300 milligram per medium tomato. This mineral is crucial for regulating blood pressure. When you combine the lycopene, potassium, and folate in tomatoes, you've got a triple threat against cardiovascular disease. Japanese researchers took this even further. They had participants drink 200 milliliter of tomato juice daily for 8 weeks. The results? Average blood pressure dropped by 10 points, systolic and 4 points diastolic. That's comparable to what you'd see with some blood pressure medications. Now, let's talk about something we can actually see: your skin. This is where tomatoes become absolutely magical, and I'm not exaggerating. German scientists conducted a fascinating 12-week study where participants consumed tomato paste daily. After just 12 weeks, their skin showed 40% more protection against UV damage. Think about that for a second. You're essentially building internal sunscreen just by eating tomatoes. But here's the really cool part. The lycopene in tomatoes gets deposited in your skin layers, creating what researchers call a photoprotective effect. A study from Manchester University found that people who ate tomato paste regularly had the equivalent of SPF 3 protection built right into their skin. Now, I'm not saying ditch your sunscreen. Please don't. But this is like having an extra layer of protection from the inside out. The anti-aging benefits are equally impressive. Italian researchers discovered that lycopene helps preserve collagen. That's the protein that keeps your skin firm and youthful. Participants who consumed lycopene-rich foods showed 32% less collagen breakdown compared to the control group. One medium tomato provides about 28% of your daily vitamin C needs. When you combine this with lycopene, you've got a powerful anti-aging combination that works from the cellular level. This next benefit is probably the most researched and most impressive. We're talking about cancer prevention, and the evidence is absolutely overwhelming. Harvard School of Public Health conducted one of the largest studies ever on this topic. They followed 47,000 men for 12 years and found that those who ate tomato-based foods at least twice a week had a 23% lower risk of prostate cancer. But here's what's even more remarkable. For the most aggressive forms of prostate cancer, the risk reduction was 35%. The magic here is lycopene again. But it's not just about prostate cancer. Research from the University of Illinois found that lycopene can also reduce the risk of lung, stomach, and colorectal cancers. They discovered that lycopene literally fights cancer at the cellular level by neutralizing free radicals and preventing DNA damage. Now, here's something crucial that most people get wrong. The bioavailability of lycopene increases dramatically when tomatoes are cooked and combined with a little fat. Italian researchers found that cooked tomatoes have 3 to 4 times more bioavailable lycopene than raw ones. This explains why populations that consume a lot of tomato sauce, like in Mediterranean countries, tend to have lower cancer rates. Here's something that might surprise you. Tomatoes are incredible for your bones. This is especially important as we age, and the research is really compelling. A study from the University of Toronto followed postmenopausal women for 4 months. One group received lycopene supplements, equivalent to what you'd get from eating tomatoes regularly. The results were remarkable. The lycopene group showed significantly reduced bone breakdown markers and improved bone formation indicators. But it's not just lycopene doing the work here. Tomatoes contain vitamin K, which is crucial for bone metabolism. Just 1 cup of tomato juice provides about 10% of your daily vitamin K needs. This vitamin helps your body use calcium effectively and supports bone mineralization. The vitamin C in tomatoes also plays a crucial role in bone health by supporting collagen formation in bones. Canadian researchers found that people with higher vitamin C intake had significantly higher bone density. What's fascinating is how all these nutrients work together. The potassium in tomatoes helps reduce calcium loss, while the vitamin C supports collagen synthesis, and the lycopene provides antioxidant protection for bone cells. Our fifth and final reason focuses on something we all rely on daily: our vision. With all the screen time we're getting these days, this is more important than ever. Tomatoes contain 2 powerful carotenoids, lutein and zeaxanthin. These compounds accumulate in the retina, particularly in the macula, which is responsible for sharp central vision. The National Eye Institute conducted a massive study called ARIDS-2, involving over 4,000 people, and found that those with the highest intake of these carotenoids had a 43% lower risk of advanced macular degeneration. But here's what's really interesting about lycopene and eye health. Italian researchers discovered that people with the highest blood levels of lycopene had a 46% lower risk of developing cataracts. That's nearly half the risk just from getting adequate lycopene in their diet. The antioxidant properties of tomatoes also help protect against blue light damage. While we don't have long-term studies on digital device usage, yet laboratory studies show that lycopene can protect retinal cells from the type of oxidative stress caused by blue light exposure. Now, let's talk about when and how to eat tomatoes for maximum benefit. This is where most people make mistakes, and getting it right can literally double or triple the benefits you're getting. First, timing. Tomatoes are best consumed with meals rather than on an empty stomach. The acids in tomatoes can be harsh on an empty stomach, especially if you have acid reflux or gastritis. The ideal time is with lunch or dinner, particularly when you're eating something with healthy fats. Speaking of fats, this is crucial. Always try to eat tomatoes with a little olive oil or other healthy fat. Remember that Italian study I mentioned? The lycopene absorption can increase by up to 500% when combined with fat. This is why tomato sauce with olive oil is nutritionally superior to just eating raw tomatoes, even though both are beneficial. As for quantity, the optimal amount, based on research, is about 10 to 15 milligrams of lycopene daily. That translates to roughly 1 large tomato, or half a cup of tomato sauce, or about 150 ml of tomato juice. More isn't necessarily better. There have been rare cases of people developing orange-tinted skin from excessive lycopene consumption. Though this is completely harmless and reversible, one important caution: if you have kidney stones or are prone to them, moderate your tomato intake. Tomatoes contain oxalates, which can contribute to kidney stone formation. In susceptible individuals, the long-term effects of regular tomato consumption are truly remarkable, and we have decades of research to prove it. The most comprehensive study comes from the Mediterranean region, where researchers followed populations for over 30 years. People who consumed tomato-based foods regularly had 13% lower overall mortality rates and 26% lower cardiovascular mortality. These aren't small numbers. We're talking about significantly longer, healthier lives. From a cellular perspective, consistent tomato consumption leads to sustained high levels of lycopene in your blood and tissues. This creates ongoing antioxidant protection that accumulates over time. Studies show that it takes about 2 to 3 months of regular consumption to reach optimal tissue levels of lycopene. The skin benefits become really noticeable. After about 3 to 6 months of regular consumption, people report improved skin texture, better healing from minor cuts and blemishes, and increased resilience to sun damage. So there you have it, 5 incredible reasons why tomatoes deserve a permanent place in your daily diet. From protecting your heart and preventing cancer, to keeping your skin young and your bones strong, this humble fruit is truly a nutritional powerhouse. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay healthy and don't forget to eat your tomatoes.